We got a fun-filled show tonight.
I met a boy today.
It's your boy, Coach Career, the General, A60 Army.
She loving my style every time I'm
You ain't need more money, Tito. You could have just invited 6 or 8 you down to Nationals.
I'm around.
When certain people don't get their way or they feel slighted, they feel like they have a right to call us and voice their opinion. You don't.
The hood, we locked the
Clear. I've never removed a staff to allow a staff to move up.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Now everybody's a personal trainer. We know who the originals are, but now if you look, you can find them in every town.
What up? It's your boy PH the Prez, Mr. Above 140, Mr. Dad Gang, and we are here tonight, Wednesday, August 27th. Week 1 is upon us, everybody. Week 1 is upon us. It's upon us. And y'all know, we need to talk about some of these week 1 games. Hey, people out there, National Pop Warner, we put out some rankings. If somebody in them rankings fell, y'all need to let me know about that. Everybody give me a second. I got to go answer my door. Keep coming in. Your boy PH, be right back. All right. We back. My bad. I had to get food for the kids. Anyway, it's your boy PH the Prez, Mr. Above 140. We back. All right. So y'all know what's going on tonight. Y'all know how it's going down. We're going to start the show off with a live interview from Mr. Daryl Barrows, president of the New Haven Steelers. And throughout New England, y'all know about New Haven program. Obviously, they done been to Florida many, many times. New England powerhouse. Definitely something that a program have to deal with when you playing them. And yes, about a week ago, I got a call. And Barrows called me. He said, yo, I need to come on your podcast. Now, it was weird because Barrows usually don't. He's not on social media a lot. He doesn't really speak. And so I said, it'd be interesting for the people to hear from the OG. With that being said, Mr. Barrows, how you doing, my brother?
What's up, Phil? How you doing?
I'm doing good. First of all, let me ask, how the Soul Bowl go? That's what you guys explain the Soul Bowl and then talk about it.
Okay. Soul Bowl is something that we used to do about 30 years ago when I first started coaching football. We take 2 inner city teams and we play a preseason game, preseason game scrimmage, and they play for a trophy. Whoever wins keeps the trophy for a year. They bring it back the following year. We play again. Back then we was playing Bridgeport. A couple of years ago we started playing Hartford. This year we played New Britain, and it went well. I mean, the 6 teams. Well, our 8U played Stratford, and our 9, 10, 11, and 12U played New Britain. It went well. We had a good time. No issues, no problems. And at the Soul Bowl, when I started it back up 3 years ago, we renamed it the Melvin Wells Soul Bowl Kickoff Classic. Melvin Wells, for those of you that don't know, is an ex-president of New Haven that passed away some years ago in a fatal car accident. So, I just like to honor all the guys that was there that kept New Haven up when I started in New Haven. So
this year, didn't you recognize some people? I think when I was there last year, y'all recognized Fox. Rest in peace to Fox, right? Didn't y'all do Fox last year, or did y'all do Fox this year?
We did Fox this year. Last year we did Jay Wright, Jay Reed,
okay, yeah,
and a couple of other people. This year we did Fox, Coach Cherry,
Kelly too, right?
Kelly Russell, and Coach Vince.
Oh, okay, so, cool. That's what's up. So talk to me about New Haven, man. How many teams y'all got this year?
Unfortunately, we only have 6. Our 13 U's in the did not pan out because I guess the kids going to high school, and a lot of kids left the program, went to high school, or going to other places. So it is what it is. Hopefully next year our 12U will stay and end their season with the 13. They've been together since they was 5, so they should, go all the way up to 13.
Any predictions? Which one of your teams? I know. I look as a president. I know it's hard to rank some of your teams because you get to practice and the coaches. Yo, man, be nice. You ain't mentioned us, but I mean, obviously, we know your 12U is probably ranked number 1. They're the returning champions until somebody beat them. But if there's a team, let me ask you a different question to be realistic. Which one of your teams you think could surprise you the most as the season go on, as we get in closer to play?
I think my 10U team and my 9U team could surprise me. I mean, they was all in the championship last year. Well, not my 9U was in the championship as an 8U. The coach, Dave, he took over that team in the middle of the season and turned it around. I mean, shocked me. Shocked me that they made the championship. So, but I think they doing good things. He added some new coaches this year, and I think they're going to do well. As far as who's going to go to the ship, I mean, any given day, anything can happen. As you know, I've been doing this for 32 years, so I know.
So everybody in New England, New Haven 9U team, he put it out there. All right, so Barry, you called and you had to get some stuff off your chest. Some stuff wasn't sitting right with you. So I'm gonna let you turn the mic over to you, and then I'll opine, ask questions, and dig a little deeper. For the record, in the interest of being transparent, you and I have not told me what you're about to say. We don't. Our podcast is always live, and I allow you to speak your mind, and then I'll ask questions or dig as we go.
Okay. So what transpired last week? I mean, as you said on your opening, I don't do social media. I don't come on this podcast. I mean, I see it sometimes. I watch it. I listen. I watch it, hear the comments and all that other stuff. But I don't go out and talk about anybody, any team, because I've been doing this too long, and I don't understand why people feel the need to talk about New Haven all the time, especially some people that never even played us or never been to New Haven. I mean, you got parents, or some parents now that telling people they're afraid to come to New Haven, so teams don't get to come to New Haven. We always got to go down, and people don't understand words could get misconstrued on this thing, as you know. I mean, I've been over the years, you got people getting shot at little league games and youth games and all this other stuff over nonsense. And when you come up here and you start talking about things on Facebook or Instagram about New Haven on a program, I took over this program 3 years ago, Phil, and you the one that asked me to. Because you knew if I didn't take it over, it wouldn't have been the program. So I took it over and I made some changes. I lost some friends. I lost some family members, but it had to be done. And I'm trying to change our program. And I know you changed Hartford around from the time you came into Hartford. I remember when you was there. I remember when you first came in. So I'm trying not to let what goes on the outside in the Midwest states and them fights and stuff happen in New Haven. And I'm sure you're doing the same thing, not trying to have it happen in Hartford, because that's what they think is going to happen in New Haven or Hartford.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
So I just want to talk to people and say, listen, stop writing checks that your kids got the cash, because people get mad, especially when they don't cash the check. When you show up, we going to do this, we going to do that. Just stop. It's a kid's game. Let it be a kid's game. The adults is going to ruin this thing for a lot of people, and that's why a lot of good coaches have left this game. We lost a lot of good coaches because the parents don't know how to just be parents. What happened to drop your kid off at practice, go home, cook dinner, come back, pick them up, and have a good dinner at home for your kids? Now it's like a cookout at practice. Everybody watching their kids practice, and then they got comments and gripes and all this other stuff. It's crazy. And I just want to let everybody know out there, I don't talk about nobody. I don't write checks that other kids got the cash. Okay, if I'm going to talk about somebody, it's going to be me to you, and I'm going to have to defend it. Okay, but it's going to get out of hand one day. It's going to get out of hand. I'm just pray to God it don't get out of hand in New Haven, because I'm I'm strict on my coaches because I don't like the social media stuff. I've worked in Department of Corrections for 23 years. So I know what word could start a beef, and it's crazy. People getting killed left and right around here in New Haven. Kids that play with us.
Man. Same thing. I said the same things happen in Hartford with the murders. Let me say this. I think oftentimes what happens is we have these unfortunate circumstances in our city because people watch the news and automatically your program is bound by that 3 a.m. shooting, by that 2 a.m. shooting, by that broad daylight car accident, and then somebody got stabbed. We take the brunt of that story already. We like we're stigmatized by it because our shirts say Hartford and New Haven, right? And it don't make it better when the online and the engagement at the game stuff happens. Because It's like, see, they're right. The shooting that happened at 3 a.m., this is exactly the same thing. Nobody gets shot at the youth football game, but soon as something happens, it's automatically, see, that's violence, this violence, and they're equal. And that's the hardest part about being an inner city program president is you fight so hard to de-escalate that stuff, and it only take one incident, one argument, one public incident, and then the burden's on you.
Right.
You have nothing to do with it. People don't want to come to your field. Listen, I lost kids. I had a mom. I'm gonna give you an example. I had a mom say to me, her son got murdered in the city of Hartford. It was a little fight at our field outside, nothing with kids, outside the fence with some teenagers that showed up to the game. I mean, we have that, right? We have that. Nobody associated with us, but outsiders that come to the game cause that. And she came to me and she said she want a refund. And I said, well, people got to understand, we already pay league fees, we pay regional fees, you pay insurance, you pay all that, right? And when you pay all that, what happens is, when you pay for that, what happens is automatically you're out of that registration fee. Never mind, helmets cost the same amount as registration fees or more. But she came to me and she said, I don't even want a refund, but I want to be waived. And I'm like, it's the middle of the season. Why would I waive you? And she said, I want to go to said program because my son got murdered already. And I'm traumatized and I can't. What's happened at the field traumatized me. And she got murdered in Hartford, her son. What happened at the field scared her so much for her youngest son, who was like 12, 13, that she wanted to remove him and bring him to another program. Guess what? There's nothing I could say because I understood as a father and I had to let her go. I signed that waiver. He was a really good football player, really fast kid. But how could I say no to a mom that's telling me I'm in fear for my son's life because of the trauma that the city caused her? Got to let her go. And those people fighting don't ever think about that. I got to have that conversation because they did that outside the gate. Or you're going to have that conversation because of what somebody did on a basketball court or in the projects or up the street at the school, that you're bound. And I think people got to understand. I'm going to tell y'all something, though, Barrels. I'm going to show you something. So I found something interesting. And I want all Pop Warner presidents out there to use this. I'm going to show it to you. It's the Pop Warner Code of Conduct, right? It's a little line they put in here, bros. I want to show you what it is. And Central, we're going to use it. I'm telling you right now. Is this line, number 13. I'm going to read it. Any behavior which otherwise violates the conduct code set by the partner venues, hotels, including but not limited to theme parks as enforced by no, that's not it. Hold on. Let me find it. I'm going to tell you why I'm reading this. Members Code of Conduct. All right, here we go. Refrain from engaging in any action. Here's the kicker, Barrels. Within or outside of Pop Warner. Outside of Pop Warner is what I'm sticking to. In which Pop Warner sole and absolute discretion reflects negatively upon us or causes embarrassment to the Pop Warner program. That's social media. Outside of Pop Warner, it causes embarrassment. It reflects negatively upon the Pop Warner program. That, Barrels, if somebody go online and they do that, they are breaking the code of conduct. I'm going to show it again. So, you want to go online and say Kelly don't know what he's doing, he's a liar in our league, get out. You want to go online and say Central are cheaters, they don't know what they're doing, we should have better leadership, get out. Because you need to refrain from engaging in actions that reflect negatively upon or causes embarrassment to the Pop Warner program. Somebody go online in your program and mine, they start talking crazy, making you get embarrassed, making me get embarrassed. We got the right to remove them. You're a vice president, I'm a vice president. We're both vice president of leagues. One of our members doing that, members out there in Southern and Pop Warner and Central, you take the online and you start to embarrass your league or your program, you can be removed from Pop Warner. Now, people don't like rules, but that's the rule. That's on National Pop Warner site. And so when I saw that, I said, that's a little slick line at the bottom of that. They expanded it, right? And I'm going to tell you, that line wasn't put in by accident. Pop Warner is very strategic at what they're doing. They understand we're in a social media age, and they want to give people like me, you, Mike, Kelly, your board, my board, a lot of latitude to say, is this embarrassing to you? Does it reflect negatively upon you or your league? And if so, you get to take action. And I think that is designed to calm down the social media side, while you and I and the whole league and all the coaches work to calm down the in-person on-field stuff. That's just my thought process. That's just my thought process. Ty Carter said, "You football is not the place for violence. What happened to the street code?" There's no OGs no more. I've been said that. It's not dictatorship. Make it a standard. I don't know. So I'll tell you this. There was a meeting had about Pop Warner code of conduct, and some leagues are on zero tolerance policies, man. Because you can't. These leagues won't be around. People don't want to be around it. I don't want to be around it. I'm not tough enough right now at this point in my life to want to be around a bunch of gun violence. I'm gonna be honest, I ain't even trying to be around a bunch of tough guys. Like, if you're 40 and you want to be tough, I'm just not the guy to be around you. I don't want to be around you. Like, you right. Too tough. I don't want to be around you. Like, you're asking for it. And so, in my opinion, man, I just think that holistically, everybody need to calm down.
Yeah.
Back in the day, we had fun. Jay Wright would roll a basketball across the. I never wanted to fight him when he did it. Like, I instantly knew what it was, right? Like, nowadays, the way that those antics there nowadays is a disrespectful antic. But right. Back in the day, he did that to us, right? And I kicked the ball back over. Like, it wasn't, he disrespected me, he trying to. Nah, it was Hartford, New Haven. It was a game. It was fun. It was funny, right? And so I don't know, man. I
think these parents in these age and social media and all that they're taking the fun out the game. They just taking especially when you got kids falling into it and they see this, and not too many people take losing well. You see what I'm saying? Especially when they bragging they're gonna win. Yeah. Not too many people take losing well. Yep. And one word has to be said. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy. And I don't want nothing to happen in none of our programs where it's going to become, like you said, we already have a stigma on what goes on in our city to our programs. And I don't want it to come to a point where people outside of our program is taking another step to people for something that was said on a social media page. That's nobody's playing the game. Nobody on social media, none of them grown men, women, fathers, uncles, whatever, are playing the game. It's a kid's game. Let the kids be kids. Let them play the game and have fun, learn. Someone's going to lose. Yep. Someone's going to lose.
Have to.
So I mean, just understand that. I mean, even the best teams, pro athletes that get paid millions of dollars lose. So what you think?
What it is, though, I'm gonna tell you what it is, and this is the truth. Everybody's scared to lose because of social media. You'll get people that will lose a game or a jamboree, and they'll take to social media because they feel like they need to explain why they lost. I've never got online and had explained, or even I never got online and was like, you got me, Barrows. You got me this time, but let me let you know, see you soon in the playoffs. Like, I don't understand the game to the point where, and that's why people scared. Why? Because if I lose the Barrows, he's going to go. He's going to put a donut. He's going to come out with the flyer. He's going to post it. And look, you know how many memes of me have hit the internet from Dorchester Eagles losses? Me, remember, you know, Barkley do the fishing thing. You know how many times I have pictures of me going fishing in my phone? You know how many times of I don't even coach in an all-star game, never have, but soon as 860 or Connecticut lose, the meme of me come out. I don't even care. I think, but for me, it's comfortable. The problem is everybody can't take that, like you said. Right. And that right there could cause a fight. And people scared to lose, Barrows, because of that. So what do you got? People will not show up to a game. I ain't going to win. It's easier for me to forfeit and never show up than to actually show up, have my kids try to learn what I taught them in practice. And if they're not the better team, they lost, we go back to practice Monday, we get better. If you do nothing more than play 9 games a season and you go home, bro, you had a football season. Trinity College plays 9 games and goes home with no championship, postseason, anything. Bunch of colleges play 9 seasons of football and go home. It's actually okay to play 8 or 9 games and don't make the playoffs and go home. But we don't feel like that because everybody take to social media and start clowning you. And the fear of being clowned on social media matters. People care about what you say on social media. I don't, because I'm always ridiculed. I look at the comments. I hear there's rumblings. There's presidents out here. And I'm hearing, yo, this president AYF don't like you. I heard Manchester Knights president went to the CTYFL and he dumped on your name. And that's crazy. I don't even speak to these guys. I don't know no president at AYF except Vaughn. I don't know no president over there. I can't name no president in AYF except Vaughn, but I constantly hear they don't like you, right? They don't like you. I don't feel no type of way about them back because I don't know them. You know what I'm saying? But social media has caused this hysteria thing, dog, in which people cannot take a loss. And so social media plants the seeds of fights, and then when the actual loss happens, it blows up at the field.
Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to prevent. So please stop talking about New Haven. Please. I mean, people say, why you, I don't take offense to it because I don't get up here and say anything. But at certain point, at certain time, enough is enough. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I don't get up here and talk about any other leagues. I don't talk about nobody. I don't really know too many people. I know you. We conversate all the time. But everything else is everything else. Don't stop writing checks that kids got the cash, and sometimes they don't have enough money to cash it. And that's where the stuff happens, and the babies or people want to leave the league. And coaches out there, build a team and stay with the team. Stop jumping from team to team because your team ain't this or you can't get what you want on that team that you got. Be real. Be loyal to something. What happened to loyalty, Phil? I remember back in the day, you know, parents never let their kids jump from team to team. You playing in your city, I'm not driving nowhere. I'm not doing nothing like that. But it is what it is. It's to this day, in this day and age. And we just got to be mindful. And I'm trying my damnedest not to have anything happen on our field within our players. And 9 times out of 10, the person that's intended for the violence, it never happens to them. It happens to an innocent bystander. And we don't need that. We got too many kids on our field at all times to be worrying about that. It's bad enough we got to worry about paperwork. We got to worry about getting these kids certified. We got to worry about getting the coaches certified and all that. Now we got to start worrying about kids coming to our field or grown-ups coming in and having a fight or doing something, somebody getting shot and what have you. And it's crazy.
Yo, listen, last thing, thanks for coming on, but the last thing I'm going to say is I have said a bunch of times to people in Hartford, and I actually just said this during the argument. I had said to somebody, call the police, and they're like, we don't call the police. I said, no, I do. Like, I call the police. Like, don't make no mistakes about what I'm here for. Like, I ain't here to prove to nobody in no hood that I don't call the police. I run a program with 260 plus kids. I call the police. I have a cell phone in my cell phone number in my phone. I call them, you'll come through. Bring a couple of dudes with you. I'm not embarrassed about that. Like, what are we talking about? If your kid is getting chased with somebody by a gun, and I'm around, you're going to hope I call the police, so I'm responsible for children. I'm calling the police. Don't come to my field looking for me to be your plug. I'm not helping you get out. I'm calling the police. I'm going to tell them you're around the corner, and y'all, whatever y'all handle, I'm going back to the field at Annie Fisher to deal with the kids, bro. Because that's not what we there for, right? Like, it's not a rule in youth football that I got to deal with it. But anyway, yo, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? I will see you week 8. You come down to the house.
What up, Tito?
What up, Barrels? What's going on, man?
All right, chilling, man, chilling. Just maintaining, trying to do this, start this week thing, man. So,
hey, week 1's here.
yeah, it is.
It came fast. Who y'all got this weekend before we go off?
We got Danbury and 6U at Waterbury. 6U.
Y'all home all day?
Yeah, we all home.
Saturday?
All Saturday.
Oh, okay.
You might want to come down and get some chicken.
Yeah, listen, I need to come. I need to make my way. I'm coming up there. I ain't gonna be able to come Saturday because we got New Britain all day. But on the day we got Sunday and y'all got Saturday, I'm gonna come through.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yep. Take it easy. Tito, week 1 is here.
What's going on, baby?
We've been talking about this moment, getting back to football. Week 1 is here, Tito. Let's show it.
Bro.
Let's show some flyers. All around the New England. This happened to be Wyndham Vikings. Wyndham at the Vikings.
No, Wyndham at East Line. The Vikings at East Line.
Oh, Wyndham. Oh, okay. East
Wyndham
Line.
at East Line.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. We just said it. Look like New Haven. They're hosting 8U Danbury. 9U got Chicopee. That's Central. 6U Waterbury. 11U Danbury. 12U is at 6 o'clock. Oh, good stuff. Let's keep going. Oh, this is straight out of RISMA. Dayton Rehoboth this Saturday, August 30th. Who they hosting? They don't say who they hosting though. I don't know who they're hosting.
They got 6U, 8U, 10U, 12U, 14U. They got 5 games.
Yeah, no, I'm saying who they playing against. It doesn't say.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, is that Dayton Rehoboth, or are they saying they're playing?
That's Dayton. Dayton. They're week 1.
Dayton Rehoboth. Okay. Who is W Cowboys?
That's the Worcester Cowboys.
That's Worcester? Oh, I asked who that was. Okay. Worcester, 31st, out in Mattapan. Any more flyers? What we got? Scott.
Edgewood versus New Bedford.
Edgewood versus New Bedford. Okay.
6U, 8U, 10U, 12U, 14U. Yeah.
$5 to get in the game, cash only. Looked like Edgewood had the 2024 cheer national champions. Okay. New England regional champs too. We got East Bay Warriors out of RISMA. Good program, Tito. We just played them.
Like they playing Dayton. They playing Dayton.
Oh, they're playing Dayton. Yep.
Yep. They're playing Dayton Rehoboth.
They're playing Dayton. Okay. Good stuff. I need to come up with a flyer. I'm dropping a flyer tonight at the big house. We'll welcome Mr. Rodney Myers over there. But anyway, Tito, let's talk about some games this week. I'll say game of the week, Tito. I'm gonna go at 13U. I'm flying off the top of the skull.
Yeah, but don't say nothing. We ain't put no thought to it, bro. We don't know. I mean,
no. I know. Remember, I know the schedule. I'm gonna
say
go.
I'm gonna say Bloomfield Mount Hope.
Mount
That's
Hope.
what's going
Yeah.
at 13U.
Bloomfield Mount Hope, week 1, 13U. I think that's a banger. That's a banger. 12U. Who we going with?
I'm going, bruh. I told you, I'm focused.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. Didn't Danbury and New Haven bang out last year? Was it close?
I don't know, man. I wasn't there. I went to
We
scout
got
your
New
game.
Britain Junior Canes, Hartford Hurricanes. Battle of the
12.
Canes
Yeah.
at 12. I don't think Bloomfield Mount Hope will be. That's not really a game of the week. I think Lorenzo got that game pretty easy. I could be wrong.
No, bro, you got to remember that Bloomfield 12U team played last year all as 11s. So I would assume they could be one of them dudes that just out of nowhere, all of a sudden, you got a problem. You know what I mean?
What team you talking about?
They're 12U. If I'm not mistaken, Bloomfield's 12U played 12U last year as 11s. This is that group of kids' second year at 12U. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that matters, but Lorenzo's a polished coach, bro.
Oh, yeah.
He's a polished coach. Like
We can't. I'm not. You know.
I know you're not undermining. I do think I will say this. Bloomfield teams look better. The ones that was last year. I'm gonna give you an example. Their 6U team was young. Obviously, we beat them last year, but they look good this year. They 6U, and I know we don't always count 6U, but they 6U team do look good. And so, as I think about that, that those ages where they got 2 years, and this is why I told you, Tito, back in the day, I love the 2-year teams. I love the 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Why? Tito may not be good this year, but Tito make the playoff and lose first round. But next year, now everybody got to come see Tito. But anyway, let's talk. Oh, it wasn't close. Nate said that they beat Danbury 38-7 last year. Maybe I'm thinking the 10Us or something like that. But anyway, Danbury 13U versus Manchester. That's not going to be a close game. I got some information. I'm not even sure that game going to go down. But anyway, Rodney Myers said Hurricanes versus Hurricanes. I do think that as a good week 1 matchup. All of New Britain and Hartford. This will be the first time the New Britain Junior Canes played in the big house. I don't think. I mean, Rodney Myers kind of feel like the big house is home from the All-Star game, but this will be the first time he's actually playing against the Hurricanes at the big house. I don't really know. 11U, Tito. Any big games going down at 11U? Trying to think. I don't really think. I think Rodney Myers, Hartford, and Pop Warner might be the game of the week at that one.
What's going on in D2?
That would be.
Where's Manchester? Manchester 11. Who they play this week? Who's Manchester?
Manchester 11U. Manchester 11U.
Who's Waterbury play this week? Who's West Haven play?
Oh, Waterbury Manchester.
Yeah,
that might be the game of the week.
That might be the game of the week.
Waterbury Manchester.
Who's West Haven play this week at 11?
West Haven. It doesn't matter. Nobody in Southern. It's all Southern. Nobody in Southern is going to compete with them. Really, I don't think at 11U. I don't think anybody in Southern will compete with them. But Waterbury Manchester and Manchester at I think 10 a.m. I think the game is at 10 a.m. That's going to be a good game. I agree. I think that's the game of the week. 10U, game of the week. Who we got? I say Danbury, New Haven. I heard Danbury 10U looked real good.
I heard Danbury 10U is legit. Yeah. I heard Danbury's 10U is legit.
I think Danbury 10U.
I got that from a reliable source.
And
that was at last week's Jamboree.
And I heard New Haven 10U. I mean, you heard Beryl say it. And I did hear New Haven 10U is official tissue. So I think that will be good. That'll be a good game. 9U, who the Boston Raiders have? They got Springfield. I don't think that'll. I think the Boston Raiders. I don't think that could be a game of the week. Hartford got New Britain. How's New Britain 9U? Anybody heard anything?
I mean, if we're basing it on last year, I mean, I guess they had a good showing at the Soul Bowl, from what I understand. But basing it on last year, I mean, what other games? What other games are on the schedule?
At what level? What age group?
All right, that might be. You know what? That might be the game of the week. To be honest with you,
which one?
That might be the game of the week.
Which one?
Hartford versus New Britain at 9U.
Hartford versus.
I can't imagine a better game. Yeah, I can't imagine a better game than that this week.
I don't. Not at 9U. I don't think. I think that that got to be the game of the week.
Yeah, that got to be. That's what I'm saying. That got to be the game.
I don't know what other team. I'm trying to think. I'm looking at the schedules. I don't really think I see.
I think that has to be. That's the premier game this week at that age group.
Yeah, I think that'll be game of the week. And we stop there. We don't really do 806. Everybody, I'm sorry, but this is off the top of the head. We're not changing no rankings right now. We already saw our preseason rankings last week, but starting next week, we're doing rankings every week because we know it's gonna be a shift. It's gonna be a shift. Larry Myers, you asked me who Mount Hope is playing. Bloomfield.
Bloomfield at 13.
Mount Hope is playing Bloomfield at all levels, I believe. So all the Mount Hope teams is playing Bloomfield, Larry. I haven't seen any 10U teams in Central, so I'm gonna go with Mount Hope versus Bloomfield. I think that'll be a good game, but I think the game of the week is the New Haven Danbury.
Who's Bloomfield 9U play this week?
Mount Hope, I believe.
What did Mount Hope do at 8 last year?
I wasn't in that league, bro. You have to tell me.
Oh, me neither. I don't know.
I wasn't there. You'd have to tell me, bro.
That could be another possibility of a game of the week type game. Mount Hope versus Bloomfield at 9.
At 9U?
Yeah.
So Bloomfield got Mount Hope at 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, and 13. Bloomfield 11, you have a bye.
Say, the 2 9U games this week, I believe the 2 premier games is New Britain, Hartford, Bloomfield, Mount Hope. Those are the 2.
Oh, New Haven 9U got Chicopee. Now listen, remember, Chicopee was in the regional championship at 8.
No, historically, Chicopee been good with that particular age group. That particular age group been good for Chicopee since 6 years old.
So New Haven 9U got Chicopee, and Chicopee is pretty talented at that level. So that's not going to be an easy game for New Haven out there in New Haven. It's definitely going to be a banger. That's Saturday. I believe the game is at 12:30 is what I'm looking at. So that's going to be a good game.
Who's Hamden got this week at 9?
Pittman's on Hamden. Who y'all got? That team is 7 and 8 year olds, Pittman. I know because they dropped their 8. So I know it's not the same team. Pittman, who y'all got this week? Hey, nationally, I saw some flyers.
They got Milford.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's who they're going to be playing a lot of, Hear me out. Hartford versus Stratford 13U going to be a movie. I don't.
I disagree. I disagree.
I'm not entertaining that. Y'all trying to bait me. Ty FFF, whatever that is. That might not even be a real account. Look, who is that? Naugatuck on the front? What is that?
No, that's Stratford. That's somebody from Stratford. That's a picture of the Stratford team.
That's not. That's not going to be a game. But anyway, we talk about week 1. Stop trying to go. Hartford 13U got New Britain this week. Hartford 13U have New Britain this week. Yeah. So Tito, let's get into our topic of the night. Before we go, we're going to make it a short podcast. Everybody listen up. I want to tell y'all something. I'm going to say it, then I'm going to let Tito opine. Nobody can take your kids. Nobody can take your youth football players. Nobody can take your kids. Nobody can take your kids. All you have to do is do this. I'm going to tell you who's responsible for that. I'm going to show you something right now. Let me show them something, Tito. You take this and you flip it around and you look into the mirror. See this? I look into it. And I talk to myself and see why is it my kids are leaving. Tito, I'll let you talk.
Listen, bottom line is If you stand on principles and you set a standard and set a culture and you provide an accurate product, your kids aren't going nowhere. Your kids aren't going nowhere. People aren't leaving quality programs. People aren't going to leave a quality experience. If you're a weak leader and you leave yourself susceptible to lose your kids, that's on you. That's a nobody problem but you. That means the product wasn't right. And when the product is not right, you leave yourself open for those type of things.
100%.
Programs that are sturdy and stand on their square and stand on their foundational principles don't lose kids, win or lose. Me and Phil always talk about it. A program, you judge a program based on your retention rates. If the product of your program and the experience is accurate, you will have no problems retaining your kids. People that lose their kids is due to weak leadership, weak organizational leadership, weak coaching leadership in general, period. Those are the two things that are going to drive people to leave your program. There's no salesman or no hustle pitch that could get a kid to go an hour away unless the product is messed up where you're at. That's just the bottom line.
Hey, Pittman,
Kids leave programs because of weak leadership.
You said some people are great salesmen. Listen, man, if you build the right tradition, there's nothing that's going to get a kid listen, we're not talking about one kid leaving. If you see an exodus of parents,
mass
program,
exodus,
then it's the program. It is not the kid. It is not it's not a coach selling nobody nothing. What can I tell a kid? I'm going to give you an F7. Who the hell is going to come to Hartford and spend more gas money just because they get to play in a certain helmet that they got to give back at the end of the year? Think about it.
Hold on, I want to answer something.
It's over. What up?
Kids leave when parents don't like the coaches. That's not true. If the coaches allowed the cancer to spread, that's on the coaches.
Yes.
That only happens when you're not addressing the original problem. If you let the original problem linger around and create an anarchy, that's when that happens. You're able to identify who the rotten apple is usually within the first couple weeks. It is your job as a coach to make sure you cure that cancer right away. You can't let it spread, because when you let it spread, that one will turn into a mass exodus. Trust me, we've seen it 1,000 times.
And if you check it at the door, you'll never have an opportunity for that group of parents to leave. If you check at the door that they're not going to have say-so, that they're not going to tell you where to put their son, that they're not going to tell you what to run, that they're not going to, if you check that at the door, then it'll never fester. But listen, if you claim to be a great coach and you claim you're going to do all these great things, and then you don't live up to that standard and people leave, why not look at yourself and say, damn, maybe I failed? So let me tell you something. I knew when Ty Carter put up who lost kids after the Jamboree, he was trying to say there's bad coaches out there. And what parents watched the game, realized the coaches and who they said they were, and left. Now let me say something. Some people that went over their head, I watched the comments. Some people didn't pick up on that it was about him trying to say coaches are bad. At least that's how I took it. I don't want to speak for Ty. You know what I'm saying? That's how I took it. But, bro, nobody leaves. Look, Tito, I'm going to give you an example. I lost to Mo Better on Saturday. You was there. I lost the game. Defending national champs, I lost the game. None of my parents, I don't think that no coach on here right now could talk to any of those parents and convince them to leave us because we lost that game. There's a way you can lose a game, Tito. And that's what the thing. There's ways to lose without embarrassing your program, embarrassing yourself, embarrassing your kids, embarrassing your families and your community. You show up, you conduct yourself properly, you go through your stretches, you call your plays. Sometimes Tito ain't gonna have the best team in football. Sometimes Phil ain't gonna have the best team in football. You line up, you shake hands, you speak to your team respectfully, and you get up out of there. You don't put on a show, you don't act a fool, you don't embarrass nobody. So then you ain't got nobody to apologize.
You don't make your kids do calisthenics after they perform poorly. Like you don't do that. You don't do that or misbehave poorly. Like there's just too many things that, again, if there's a mass exodus on your team, that's because you didn't shoot the hostage right away. And I don't mean that literally. What I mean is sometimes you got to make an example out of somebody to get everybody else in line. And that's one thing I've always take pride in doing. You can't push me at all. I do the pushing. Nobody pushes me. If I identify you're a problem, trust me, you're gone and nobody's talking me out of it. You take your kid and get the fuck up out of here. Like, and that's just what it is from the door. There is no gray area with me. Nobody's going to ruin the experience for the kids of what I'm going to guarantee, what the standard I set and the culture I set. Nobody's going to take that experience from the people that want to make the commitment and going to show up every day and expect us to develop their kids. We're not going to let one or two people ruin that for everybody else. And sometimes that means you may have to get rid of your best player, because usually these days, your best players' parents come with a whole bunch of shit with them that you're not going to want to deal with. And you can't conduct a team based on cutting deals and trying to keep people happy and doing all that. You're just going to burn yourself out, drive yourself crazy, and then eventually it's going to affect your team. You have to identify these problems early and rid them.
Hey, Destiani, I do, and let me tell you why I let people come back. So let's say Tito. I'm the president. Let's say Tito tell a parent, you can go because your son is not playing quarterback for me. And they leave. And they go to a new program. And they over there for 2 years, and Tito's at 11. At 13U, when they come back, and Tito has moved 2 years with his team, and that parent want to come back, you know why I'm going to let them come back? Because they already know the standard. And they already know exactly what Tito's going to say if they show up with the BS. So you know what they're going to do now? Take my child. I'm going to gracefully bow out because I know I'm not going to be able to pull the BS with him. So if you if you have a standard, you're going to lose people. Anybody with a standard is going to lose people. If you have a standard in life, you're going to lose relationships with people. It could be romantic relationships. It could be friendship relationships. Whenever you have a standard in anything you do, you're going to lose people.
That's it.
That's what the game of life is, though. And so the question is just how much are you willing to tolerate in all of those aspects? Life, program, whatever. When you have a standard, you're going to lose people. And you know what? You're going to lose good people. You will lose good people. Good. When I say good people, I mean you'll lose good players. Good. You may lose a good parent.
I want to answer something else. The standard daddy ball. No, that's not the standard. That's if the weak leadership
is greater than daddy ball.
Oh, so,
I think he's saying the standard is greater than daddy ball. Like you got to hold your standard.
Well, I just still want to address if there is daddy ball in an organization that you are currently with. That means, again, that is a sign of weak organizational leadership and weak coaching leadership. Those are signs of just weakness, period. And the product is not right. When the product is not right, you're going to lose people. When programs struggle when a program's successful and all of a sudden struggles, trust me, something happened in the leadership. I guarantee it every time, 95% of the time. Somebody left that program that was an integral part of the program, and now here it goes down. We've seen it 1,000 times.
True.
We've seen it happen 1,000 times.
True.
Leadership is everything in this thing. And when you have poor leadership, you're going to have poor results.
Or weak leadership.
Right. You're going to have poor results.
The first thing is bad leadership and weak leadership. And both of them can equal poor leadership. You can have bad leadership making bad decisions. You can have weak leadership, those that don't make any decisions. They both means poor, and they both equals a decline of programming. And so that's important. Parents are watching practice. Parents understand when coaches are got a good game plan, come up short. But if some BS in practice, listen, I agree with this. Coaches by now got to know how to put together a practice plan. Tito, if I'm showing up, bro, me and you talk about it all the time. Let me say it like this. Tito, being present is half the battle. But what the other half
being committed.
Right.
Not only present, but committed.
Right, being committed. The other half is, Tito, you got to be prepared, bro. Tito, I don't come to practice without knowing all. I never walk into practice and say, yo, what we doing today?
Can't.
I never walk into practice and say, what we doing today?
The parents that do watch, look at that.
They know
that's going to tell you a lot of how your season's going to go. If you're unprepared, people are going to know. Not only the parents going to know. Usually kids, even at 6 years old, know if you're full of shit. They do. Kids have a weird way of sensing that you're full of shit. They just do. And when that happens, that's another scenario where people are going to get up out of there. People are going to get up out of there. If you're full of shit, people are going to get up out of there. Now, I want to answer another question. How do you address? I'm going to just tell you, when I personally have my programs, I don't allow fathers to coach. They can head coach a team that ain't the one their kid is on. I've been places where that, I've been argued against that. But I don't think that fathers should be head coaches of teams where their kids are on for a variety of reasons. We can have that discussion on another podcast. That one could go all night. And there's a variety of reasons why I don't like it. Because parents these days, and I'll just get into it a little bit, are delusional. And parents are definitely delusional about their own children and what they really could do and what they can't do. And too many times you see when the daddy's the head coach, 90% of the time, where's his kid play? Quarterback. And we've seen many scenarios where that kid got no business playing quarterback. So that's why I don't like daddies being head coaches of the team their kids on. If you want to be a head coach that bad, coach a team that your kid ain't on.
So I do let fathers be head coaches, but I address daddy ball issues. Like I'll say something to a coach like, yo, bro, come on, bro. You can't keep giving your, like, I address them head on. I will say this. I got a 13U coach who got a son on the team. Can't nobody tell me he's playing daddy ball.
No,
not at 12.
I'll
at
co-sign
11.
that. He don't.
No,
I've never seen it. I've
never. At 11U, nope. At 10U, 1, nope. 10U, 2, yes, I got another head coach. That's a father. No daddy ball. 9U, nope. 8U, yes. But my 8U coaches won't play daddy ball. 1, because the head coach don't make the offensive and defensive calls. Right? And at 6U, yes, again, it's not daddy ball. It's 6U. We not talking about 6U, everybody, but get the ball there. But if you address daddy ball issues, in my opinion, like if you address it to the father, I think it kind of goes away. Most times, people don't say nothing to the daddy ball coach. People sit back and go, yo, Tito, his son shouldn't even be the quarterback. He the best. Listen, I'm going to be honest, son. You talk to daddy ball coaches, they get embarrassed if you start telling them, yo, your son ain't that good to be getting the ball every play. As a president, you can have that conversation if it's quiet, right? Too many times, we're loud and belligerent about issues. You know how many times, Tito, and you see me, I'm dealing with the Hurricanes issue, and I go, yo, bro, come talk to me over here. Because people want to put on a show.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
People want to put on a show when they talk. They need to, everybody look at me.
Yeah, I say it all the time. That's just like, that's the same problem we suffer with the coaches. Coaches beat up on the bad team. Oh, everybody look at what we're doing. We gave up no points in 12 quarters. Like, dude, please, we know the shit's watered down. We know the space is watered down because like.
So back to the original point. I have never denied a waiver in my life.
I'll make you peanut butter sandwich.
I have never denied a waiver in my life. Maybe Hartford is lucky, but I have yet to ever see a mass exodus on my watch in almost 20 years, Tito. I have lost some talented kids. I've lost D1 players, and they have came back. But I think if you run a program and you hold a standard, and generally, look, you're not going to make everybody happy, but if you generally run good program and respect your coaches, respect your families, respect your youth, and respect your community, you will never see a mass exodus. That's different than being nice. It's not what I'm saying. If you run good programming, and a mass exodus to me is 4 or 5 or more kids from the same team. Usually 4 or 5 kids from one team don't leave, Tito. And if they all go together to the same place, it's a problem. Right? That mass exodus don't typically happen. Tito,
When you see a mass exodus is when there's a team somewhere one year and the next year that whole team is somewhere else. I mean,
right.
That's a mass exodus.
That's a mass
If
exodus.
7 kids leave one team, that's a mass exodus. If 20 families leave your program, that's a mass exodus. It's situational. I mean,
right. And who had a mass exodus? That's for every y'all out there to decide. Who has a? We'll tell you the Listen, there was a lot of teams who existed last year that don't exist this year or look completely different. That's what happens in mass exodus when it happens. But I don't know why we never ever self-reflect in the game of youth football. We self-reflect in everything else. I don't think we ever really self-reflect as a community in youth football.
no, we make excuses.
Right? Like we don't.
There's no accountability. There's no accountability.
None.
We lack accountability.
Because I'm a good coach. There's no way I can possibly lose, Tito. So if I lost, a couple things had to happen. Tito, 1, you cheated. Number 2, the players ain't shit. They don't know what they're doing. Number 3, my parents is my parents. They keep talking to their kids. They don't show up on practice on time. No, Tito, it ain't my fault, bro. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Bro, I don't get enough time to practice. You know what it is? The president be hating on me. All of those things, and none of it matters. Tito, you know what I'm talking about. I literally had a team in my program lose a championship game. I'm the president. I'm not a coach. I stood down at the end. It was freezing. I went up in the booth in Southern.
That's when they had the text train about you, right? You talking about?
It got mad at me and said, "Yo, Phil is hating on us. Y'all can see that he was hating on us. That's why we lost." I'm hating on the Hartford, bro. I'm the biggest programmatic person there is in the world. I just don't engage. You know, Tito, I don't engage you at all in your game. Unless I just talk to you on, I don't come over there and give you a play. I don't come over there and tell you what to do. I don't come over there and not tell you what to do. I do not engage my coaches. My coaches know that. I gotta respect y'all knowledge.
I never did when I was a program head neither. I don't tell people what to do. I don't. I stay away. No. Nah.
Even if I disagree with what you're doing,
right? When the game's over or when we're having meetings and all of that, you know, I'll speak my piece, but I'll never do it in front of everybody.
The people, right?
It's in a setting where it's conducive for that type of conversation.
You know, and so
trust me, I always speak my piece. I always speak my piece, right, wrong, or indifferent. Just like I hold myself when I'm jamming up, I'll be the first one to tell you, bro, I'm ready to fire myself. Like shit just ain't on right. You know what I mean? Like,
yo, but you know that the accountability piece has been missing for a long time because that was like 2019, Tito, when that happened. When I was accused.
Social media and like a certain person I talked to, social media and the commercialization of youth sports has magnified these things we're talking about in not a good way, in a nasty work way. You know what I'm saying? Like just the not willingness to face adversity. Social media and the commercialization of sports has made it easy for people just to hood hop, like we like to say. You know what I'm saying? Shit ain't working out here. Let me go to the winner over here. Can't beat them, join them type shit. That's where the space has suffered tremendously, in my opinion.
Because you know why? The embarrassment is magnified.
Right.
Like I do understand why people are like me and you talked about that phenom that happened where people just stopped showing up to play for games that they couldn't win. We was here a couple years ago, Tito, where people just wouldn't show up to play games.
No, they wouldn't. It started. So I'll tell you. I could tell you when it started. I could tell you the first person that did it. I could tell you the first person that did it, and ever since that happened, it's been a snowball effect, and it's gotten worse as the years went on. Like there's people aren't willing to face adversity no more, and it be the dudes that be doing all the hooping and hollering online. I'm this, I'm that. Soon as you can't win, you won't show up, and you know who you are, and I know who you are, and I've told you all in your face how I really feel about you. Even when you were on top of your game, I knew you wasn't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the truth. When cats can't win, they don't show up. That's not nothing I would ever do. That's not nothing you would ever do. We're showing up. You got to beat my head in. Straight up. You got to beat my head in. We're popping out. Win, lose, or draw.
Yo, so Tito, I don't think people understand. And people don't know this. Keith was playing, but he says something. He said Hartford don't go outside the state. I don't think people understand, Tito, that we didn't go play a team in New Jersey, bro. We played a league in New Jersey. You played Union. Larry played Orange. I played the Mo Better Jaguars. That was their best teams last year in their league. Fred played Orange. Mega played Union. Like, I don't think people understand that I do not. And then a week ago, you played Schenectady. I played East Bay and Schenectady. Our 9U Jamboree with Hamden. Like I generally look to put my teams through the ringer on purpose. Now, I'm gonna tell you what I don't do, Tito. I typically don't make a lot of flyers. Right? I made the New Jersey flyer, Tito. What I posted it maybe once or twice a long time ago. So I can see why people won't know, because I'm not first of all, I never post in any football chat. Because I don't want it to look like, oh, he using the chat to try to build up the Hartford Hurricanes, because I don't need the chat for that. So if you notice, Tito, I don't post flyers that much in the chat. They don't see Hartford Hurricanes in the chat. When I'm doing something, it goes on my page, Hurricane page. That's good enough. We came out of New Jersey, like Larry Meyer said, 4-1. These are against conference champions, dog. We came out of New Jersey 4-1 against New Jersey Pop Warner. That's how you get prepared for a season in New England. And so, and I'm the one that lost. I ain't proud to say it. I was pissed. I was mad. It was my team that lost. And I got a good team. But we got beat by the team that was better that day. Obviously, we came home and we got right to work, right to practice. I didn't say, oh, you know what? We didn't have our starting running back. If I'd have had my starting running back, or I ain't played the right. Yo, I was just trying to see something. No, I got sucker punched on my chin. And it hurt. And I put some ice on it.
You never know excuses, bro. You lose, you lose. You got to wear it. Hold your head up. Get back to it next week.
And everybody, that was a jamboree for us. But we're 0-1 because we played the game like scenario, sped up game like scenario, but we played the game like scenario.
There was referees and MPRs. I mean, that's a game.
It was referees, it was a scoreboard, it was a time clock,
and MPRs.
It was kickoff, kick return, punt return. It was football. You lose the game, you get punched in the mouth, you swallow it. Every Hurricane team is 1-0. The Hartford Hurricanes 10U2 team is 0-1. We eat that, and we move on. We get better. I just think people scared to say that publicly. People scared to say that publicly. Stratford 12U dropped a team off our schedule to pick up Mount Hope. No, y'all didn't. That is not true, Ty. Because Mount Hope is in my
these guys just be saying, here we go. This is what, bro.
That is not true, Ty. Cut it out.
And like, look what Jay, like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, what are you talking about, dog?
Did the program pick up Weapon X? I don't know who that is.
You know,
maybe I don't know who Weapon X is. But Ty, it's not true. Y'all didn't drop nobody to pick up Mount Hope. That is not true. Okay, Southern President did y'all schedule. I did Central schedule. Me and Mike Last work closely together every week. He does everything he can to make sure y'all got games, make sure the times are right, give y'all proper contact information, keep y'all informed. I'm doing the same thing with Central, and then we work as one big Pop Warner family. I talk to Mike probably 3 times every day, and that ain't including text messages. Cut it out, Ty. Stop. See, Ty, now you on your Kanye stuff. Now you're doing the interview with the mask on. Cut it out. That is not true. But anyway, Tito, at the end of the day, I think we tackled it. We hit it all. The fact of the matter is, the OGs of the game want to see more accountability, y'all. That's what we came here to tell y'all tonight. Be accountable for what happens. Be accountable for your team. Be accountable
for your behavior. Be accountable for your behavior. Yeah, for your behavior.
Don't stop telling me, yo, they do this in Florida. Yo, in Florida. They don't say in Miami.
We ain't in Florida, dog.
You're in Connecticut.
You're in New England. You're in New England.
Listen up. You ain't in their environment. You in Connecticut.
Well, Ty, you already know I got a serious problem with the shiesties. I really do. I think it's the most ridiculous thing to see grown men wearing shiesties to a youth football game. It's just not what we're supposed to be doing. It's really not what we're supposed to be doing. But that's the world we live in now, and people are tolerating.
AB, that's called fixing a schedule. What you're talking about is fixing a schedule. We made a lot of double bookings by mistakes, and we cleaned it up to make sure everybody get 8 different opponents. I would think that that's what y'all would want, right? To not have to play a Milford or a Derby twice, but to play once against Milford and Derby and have Mount Hope. So what we did was we cleaned up the schedule to give our communities and our youth and our coaches a better youth Pop Warner experience. That's all. But we didn't take nobody off the schedule to make nobody harder and nobody tougher. You know what I'm saying? That's not, we don't really be on some old, oh, let's put this team through the ringer. Like the schedule's too complex to try to do that to get people to be sharper or not, right? Obviously, when we can, we'll keep the more competitive teams against the more competitive teams, but the schedule don't work like that because Southern and Central are the only 2 leagues in Pop Warner that allow you to do any level of football you want. RISMA is all even. Northeast Mass Pop Warner is all odd. So we're kind of doing both. So we got to kind of work together to make sure everybody have games and everything. And that's why we say that JB, I know y'all love it. Trust me. When we was working on it, I was like, they won't have no problem at all. Mount Hope be having dudes shook. I don't know if they got dudes shook, but I think dudes know that when they play Mount Hope is a standard and you got to come play. So if that's what you mean by shook, Sheldon, yes. When I play Mount Hope, I lock in a little bit more than some other teams. But that's a level of respect. I will hope when you play in the Hurricanes or you coming down to the big house to play the program that you put in a couple extra hours of homework because that's what it's going to take to beat us at our house. We don't lay down easy at home. No level. We play. We lose. We don't lay down easy at home. You know what I'm saying? Not in front of our crowd. We ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? We prideful. You'll see our ladies walking around with tights. You'll see hoodies. You'll see scullies. You'll see hats and socks and gloves and arm sleeves and rags and all of that. That's all by design. That's marketing and promotion. But we'll see. I don't know, Sheldon. There's some good football teams this year. But listen, we're going to find out week 1. Mount Hope 12U is visiting Stratford week 2. Nice. That's going to be a good game. Maybe game of the week, depending on JB. Who do Stratford got week 1 at 12U? Who do Stratford got week 1, Tito? Do we know? By the way,
I don't know. You said Southern was playing Southern. How would I know? You know, Southern was playing Southern week 1. You told me.
No, but there's some crossovers. Let me see. Let me see who Stratford got. I think they got somebody. Let me see. Ooh, no, Stratford not. West Haven and Stratford 12U week 1. The West Haven whiteout. West Haven ain't doing no whiteout out the gate. Cut it out, JB. JB and Ty crazy. Anyway, Tito, I think we tackled the issue. I think we gave the people a lot of information. Oh, so y'all all got West Haven. West Haven top to bottom. Hakeem said West Haven. I know he's at 10U. If they're at 12, West Haven don't got a 13. Stratford 13U is playing, I think. Yep, I just got the text from OG. Stratford 13U is playing Springfield and Hartford. Let me say it again. Stratford 13U is playing Springfield and Hartford at 1:30 this weekend, this Saturday. Sam, bring my check. Stratford 13U's at the big house, but they ain't playing the Hurricanes. JB, y'all got to do the white out because when you're away, you got to wear white. He's doing the white out. You got no choice to do the white out. When you're away, you wear white. West Haven 12U and Stratford 12U. I think OG Rick just told me West Haven 12U taking it, Tito. I got the text from the OG. Rick said West Haven 12U. Oh no, Stratford. I'm telling you.
They might have been another team too, if I'm not mistaken. That this is their second year at 12U.
Is it?
Because they did evens. They did evens last year, didn't they?
They had an 11U. Remember they went to regionals. I think they lost to Hamden. I think West Haven lost. I think West Haven lost to Hamden at 11U. They weren't bad at 11U. West Haven. Nate, I'm not comparing them to your 11U, bro. But West Haven 11U wasn't bad in D2. I saw them in Hamden have a good game. I think Hamden won though. Rick ain't say that. I'm telling y'all, Rick said it. Rick, tell him. Roll the basketball across the field, Rick. Basketball season start for Stratford 12U is in August 31st. Tell him, Rick. Tell him. That's another Saturday. 3 location Saturday games, Tito. Us, New Haven, West Haven are the only 3 teams that play Saturday, and I think Windsor. Some say don't talk about checks. Kids can't cash. Well, he didn't say anything about the kids, JB. He just said he going to win the game. Talking about kids is different.
Here we go. Shots fired.
Some say. It's y'all dudes keep going back and forth. Y'all got to stop the online antics. Y'all got to stop the online antics. I'm talking about Stratford, West Haven, week 1. I know that's what you're talking about.
Alligator muffin. Oh, here we go, bro.
So listen, that being said, we don't want to be advocating any of this madness. But it's your boy PH, the Prez Mr. Above 140, and I'm here with my co-host.
It's your boy Coach Correa, the General, 860 Army. Peace to the God.
Hey, this weekend we're gonna be at the big house. We're gonna have our little coaches corner come down.
We'll have the coaches corner. The General and the Army gonna be in the building.
We're gonna be deep. We're gonna have the tent. We're gonna be watching college football all day.
Absolutely.
So if you ain't doing nothing, come have and enjoy the festivities in a peaceful environment. And at the end of the day, I want to tell everybody out there, go and invest in yourself, okay? Because that's the best thing you could do. Kev Archer, I love when I get a chance to listen. Respect to the General, Mr. Above 140. Hey, for your DJ services, call Kev. DJ Chance, call Kev. If y'all need to get in touch with Kev, call me. Kev do major events. Top floor, baby. That's free promotion, Kev. That's free promotion. That's the last time. We need a check. Peace, love, and hair grease. We got a fun-filled show tonight.
I met a boy today.
It's your boy, Coach Correa, the General, 860 Army.
She loving my style every time I'm
You ain't need more money, Tito. You could have just invited 6 or 8 you down to Nationals.
I'm around.
When certain people don't get their way or they feel slighted, they feel like they have a right to call us and voice their opinion. You don't.
We locked
Clear. I've never removed a staff to allow a staff to move up.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Now everybody's a personal trainer. We know who the originals are, but now if you look, you can find them in every town.